I'm Botha. I'm a civil engineer. I was the previous co-chair of ProSet for many years and the executive director of SAICI, that's the Institution of Civil Engineering. And before that, I was a town engineer or a city engineer, municipal engineer. Now, civil engineering, you see all around you. It's about streets, buildings, harbors, towers, water, sewer, and all those sort of things that you have to use in everyday life. Municipal engineering is all about the infrastructure in a town, typically like Hermanus. Again, as I said, streets, the sewers in the streets, the water supply to every house, and then of course electricity as well, although that's not a civil engineering discipline. But all the needs of the resident is being looked after by a municipal engineer as such. The municipal engineer works within a big team, in fact. Town planners, land surveyors, structural engineers, which is part of civil engineering, and a number of other disciplines. Water engineering, which is also a subset of civil engineering. In our discipline of civil engineering, we have technologists and we have technicians, and they are at different levels of education and qualifications, but those people work as teams. We also obviously work with the administration in such a town. You get the bookkeepers and the accountants, and of course the residents, if would be able to access you to ask about certain issues. I had, in fact, when I arrived in Richards Bay, the town engineer said I must get to Stellenbosch for a coastal engineering course. So I'm not an environmentalist, but in Hermanus, for example, we have an environmental division, and I had close links with the environmentalists in whatever I did. Everything the civil engineer touches actually has an impact on the environment itself, whether it's water, whether it's stormwater disposal, everything actually touches the environment. And I always like to call myself a green engineer. I enjoyed possibly the outdoors part of it, but I also enjoyed the challenges. And as a municipal engineer, I realized that civil engineers don't work for themselves, they work for a community. And it's such a joy to see if you built a new road or you tarred a road or there's water provided now for the community, how people actually appreciate that. And that made me very happy. I grew up in Dawie. It was a town with gravel roads, was a railway town. We played in the streets when it rained. We built dams. I built dams to dam the water coming down the street. It was just wonderful to see this water. My brother became an architect. In fact, he started building model houses. So I built a town in our backyard. My mother was a clerk in the railways, but my grandfather, with whom we lived for eight years, was a fitter and turner. They finally tarred the first street in Dawie, Voortrekker Street. The whole town was there, and I stood there and I looked at all of this, and it was absolutely fascinating. What I would say to students, don't let people talk you into taking the wrong level of maths, for example. If you have something in your heart to become an engineer or technologist or technician, you have to have the right level of mathematics. The second thing is, you've got to surround you with a support system. It might be family, it might be friends, or somebody at school, a teacher that can assist you if you succeed. You can't measure it. Building communities and making sure that our country actually, our people have running water and proper sewers and streets, etc., etc. But support system is extremely and perseverance in yourself. You've got to be strong.